is Laylee. I am 7 years old. I am Holy Family Bilingual School. Goodbye. I want to be a singer in Canada.
Is this one for the people? Is this one for the Lord? Or do I simply serenade for things I must afford? You can jumble them together, my conflict still remains. Holiness is calling in the midst of courting fame. 'Cause I see the trust in their eyes. Though the sky is falling, they need your love in their life. Compromise is calling. What if I stumble? What if I fall? What if I lose my step and I make fools of us all? Will the love continue when my walk becomes a crawl? What if I stumble? And what if I fall? That lives within me, or the rate at which it grows. If struggle lies a purpose on the narrow road you carve, why do I dread my trespasses will leave a deadly scar? Do they see the fear in my eyes? Are they so revealing? This time I cannot disguise all the doubt I'm feeling. What if I stumble? What if I lose my step and I make fools of us all? Will the love continue when my walk becomes a crawl? What if I stumble? And what if
Hello, my name is Diana Frade, and I am the founder and president of Our Little Roses Ministries in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. In 1986, there were no homes that were strictly addressing the problem of the girl child at risk. I wanted to be able to do something. I wanted to be able to see that God's creation, both male and female, were going to be given the same opportunities. I spoke with the juvenile judge in Tegucigalpa, and she told me that there was no place to send a child who was being abused, no place to send a girl child to take her out of an abusive situation. And the only place that they could send this child would be to the women's penitentiary or to a reformatory for girls in an area of the capital city. I was absolutely horrified. How is that possible, that a girl child could not be taken care of? In 1988, we were able to open the doors of Our Little Roses, our home in San Pedro Sula for abandoned, abused, and orphaned girls. It was a wonderful day, that first day that we took in our first little girl. I remember standing there and watching her as she walked around the table, and we had put her lunch on the table, and I was so excited that she was going to be able to have a decent meal to eat. And she grabbed her food and she kept walking around the table. And I mentioned to this friend of mine, I said, what is happening to her? Why doesn't she sit down and eat? And my friend said, well, she's never sat at a table to eat. You can't expect her to sit down and have something to eat. So that was my introduction of what it's like for these little girls who have had absolutely nothing to be able to be given an opportunity to sit down, pray, have a meal, thank God for what they have. And so that was the beginning for me. I have to say that Our Little Roses is a home that is going to change the face of Honduras, because our girls are being so well equipped to be able to provide the vision that they have now for their own people. One of the things that I knew from the very beginning, I can't change Honduras. I'm not Honduran. But what I can do is I can help provide the education and the tools that the girls need to be able to be the instruments of change for their own country. And we are seeing that today. Tirza Romero, that you are going to hear from, is one of those examples of somebody who has grown up in Our Little Roses and has had the opportunity of a good education. She's had the opportunity to be able to see the needs of her people. It is exciting to be able to see our girls being instruments of change for their country.
I came here when I was 3.5 to 4 years old. I can still remember it. We would sleep anywhere on the street. And as I was walking down the streets with one of my older brothers, he said, you know, that little place there, that part of the street there, that's where we would lie down and sleep and rest. When I came to their home, I was always sick, and I was at the hospital most of the time. I had pneumonia, and I never could adjust that change. I'm now in university, and I still cannot adjust being in school with rich kids. And I cry sometimes about it with Xiomara, and she makes me talk about it. And I said, well, I'll never be like them because I'm different. And she and I went to church, but at that church I could talk about anything I wanted to the priest. He was praying for everyone, and he didn't pray for me. He just gave me a blessing, and that was it. And then I asked, why hadn't the priest prayed for me? And they said, well, because you're very blessed. I need praying because sometimes life is too hard, and And I tried to do my best, and Xiomara said, you've got a big heart. All you have to do is accept God in your life. And she said, I'm very proud of you because you haven't only been at schools where it's hard for you to adjust. You have helped the girls when you can. And now that you're out of the home, you're helping your brothers. And I felt good about it, but I wish I could do more for other people, not just my family. And she said, there will be a time when you can do something else. So as you can see, I was raised with a big, as she says, with a big heart. I cry when I can't help others. I realized that I wasn't the only one that needed help at the home. And that's when I decided that throughout my life I had to do social work. So that's what I'm doing right now as my social work. I am teaching on weekends, and I don't know where do I get the time to do that, but I teach on weekends in this high school, and then I come back on Mondays to our school. It's all normal life, and that probably came because since I was little I went to these medical brigades and translated, and I also became the leader of the translators, and that was really helpful for me, and to see what was going on outside of the home, and that I was very blessed to be here, but there was still more to do out of the home. And in the world, they are very, very lucky to be at the home and get so much help. Not that we don't need help, we still need help at the home, but the girls also need to know that if they're being helped, we can do a chain of helping. They can help others outside of the home, and then when they can, outside of Honduras. And that would be a big chain. If we are helped, we can help others. And I also see something else in these people. When I teach them, they're eager to learn, and they know that it's a only one-time opportunity in life, and how happy they are. Even if they're poor, they're really happy. Thank you for your attention, and please continue helping the girls so that when we grow up, just like I'm still growing up, they can help other people because they were helped, and they'll have a heart to do it because you had a heart to help the girls. Thank you.
Our Little Roses is a ministry that is successful because you are involved. It takes you to make this ministry possible. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being involved in a child's life. Thank you for making a difference.
Y se ven en su fondo sagrado 5 estrellas de pálido azul, en su emblema de un mar rumoroso, con sus ondas bravías escuras, de un volcán, tras la cima desnuda, hay un astro de nítida luz, por guardar ese emblema divino, marcharé estrellas de pálido azul, en su emblema de un mar rumoroso, con sus ondas bravías escudas, de un volcán, tras la cima desnuda, hay un astro de nítida luz.
Hola, mi nombre es Leili, yo tengo 7 años y estoy en primer. Hola, mi nombre es Diana.
Vamos.
Hola, mi nombre es Diana. Tengo 7 años y estoy. Hola, mi nombre es Aileen y tengo 7 años y estoy en kinder. Mi nombre es Charo, yo tengo 6 años. Estoy en preparatoria. Mi nombre es Tania y tengo 9 años.
Juro fidelidad a la bandera nacional, símbolo de unidad, justicia, libertad y paz, invocando la protección de Dios y siguiendo el ejemplo que nos conoce. Prometo honrar a la patria, servirle y defenderla bajo un solo propósito para el beneficio de todos. ¡Viva Honduras! ¡Viva Honduras! ¡Qué triste! ¡Viva Honduras! ¡Pega un grito ahí de ¡Viva Honduras! ¡Viva Honduras! Tenemos que engrandecer nuestra patria, aunque sea como un grito, ¿verdad? Y se ven en su fondo sagrado 5 estrellas de pálido azul, en su emblema de un mar rumoroso, con sus ondas bravías escudas, de un volcán, tras la cima desnuda, hay un astro de nítida luz, por guardar ese emblema divino.
De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que debemos lucir, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Canta el gallo con el kirikiri, kiri, kiri, kiri. La gallina con el